Welcome back to the Sister Sip podcast. Today we are just keeping it simple and sipping some cider. Oliver's family always does like a cider making day every year with all of his grandpa's apples. He's like a small little orchard, and they get we have 2 cider presses, and the family gets together and presses it. So that's what I brought tonight.
Love some homemade apple cider. It's very good.
It's always the best.
And you guys will freeze it, and so sometimes when you get it just right and it's kind of slushy.
That's so good that way.
Hits the spot. We were gonna make some sort of mocktail. I know our first episode I noticed we did an apple cider mocktail.
I saw that too. I was looking back, I'm like, oh, we've already made one. Yeah.
But we just decided to keep it simple.
Just plain apple cider sounded good.
Yeah. So today we're kind of doing a part 2 of Jayla's birth story, which, of course, if you missed the last episode, definitely tune in if you like hearing birth stories. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea.
And this is more like postpartum.
Yes. So this is past birth.
I think I stopped. I was kind of running out of time last time. I think I stopped right at she was born. I think. In the hospital. I don't think you talk about any of the rest of my hospital experience.
Yeah, that's probably right. So, yeah, just wanted to say if you missed part 1 and you would like to listen, you should definitely, watch that one first. Before we get into that, your postpartum story, what's been brewing? Do you have any, life updates to share?
We just went to Outer Banks a week ago. Maybe a little over a week ago. Anyway. And that's about the only life update I have. It was a little bit rough just because she was just hitting her 6-week sleep regression or growth spurt or whatever. Kind of a few days, kind of the week before Outer Banks, and it kind of peaked in Outer Banks, and it's gotten a lot better since we got home. And I'll kind of maybe go more into that with my postpartum experience. I don't know. But that was a fun trip, but it was definitely whoa, it's definitely different having a kid on vacation, especially just at that age. Naps kind of become a struggle. That was her big thing. She still slept good at night, thankfully, but it was the naps, and it was if she didn't get her nap, it was really hard to put her down, or she was very overstimulated easily, didn't want to just nap anywhere, how babies can usually nap anywhere.
Yeah.
It was just, it was kind of stressful that vacation all went down over that time, but it was fun. And that's kind of the biggest life update. I mean, just still being a mom with her. Obviously, my life's changed a lot. So that's my life update. And I'll kind of talk, obviously, today more about all my postpartum and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of all I have.
Yeah. I know. I feel like it's been a busy month, but I don't have a ton either to report back besides a trip that Keegan and I did to Nashville, Franklin area, kind of for our baby moon. It was really fun. We went to see Ben Rector in concert, which is an artist that Keegan and I really like, and we just explored. We had a very chill baby moon, just explored Franklin area, which is super a very curated town, I would say.
That sounds fun to go there.
Everyone there is dressed super cute. It feels kind of Christian vibes. I don't know how to explain it, but everyone there seemed it's probably similar if you went to Salt Lake City or something. Yeah, and it's a Mormon town. You can just tell, I don't know, just the vibes are different. But we really enjoyed it, and I probably won't share a ton because I have a vlog coming out soon. Yeah, I haven't quit YouTube. I feel like this year has just been a really hard year for YouTube, and part of it's obviously all the changes going on in our lives, but also that I've been doing some wedding videos. I feel like I've been over this several times, but I am wrapping up my last wedding video of the year, maybe my last one ever, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure what my YouTube channel is going to look like. I really hope to be able to be super consistent, but I don't know what motherhood will bring. Yeah. But definitely not quitting anytime soon. I still love doing my channel, so I guess if anyone is wondering.
That's going to be different. So right now, Oliver's taking care of Charlotte. He's out taking her on a walk right now, I think, here. And I'm Keegan's always helping with the podcast.
I know. I don't.
Which, I mean, especially there's that first month or two, you can probably just like hold her here.
Yeah,
Unless
it
she's,
will
like,
be like at her house.
or you could about just put her to bed. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. So, yeah, I do not know how everything's going to look. Obviously, we have a couple months left. So,
Yeah.
But I guess I was going to put that out there. Have a vlog coming, and I'm hoping to vlog
Okay,
more.
you only have one more podcast until baby. No, this is October. Never mind.
Yeah, November and December, unless for some reason
She's
she came.
still awake. I kind of feel like she might be cold. Is she crying?
No,
She cold?
she's outside
Yeah, she's outside in the baby carrier.
with Dad.
Okay, so we're ready just to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, I'm sorry if you're like, wow, you're really dragging this out. I feel kind of bad, but I know some people will care.
Yeah.
Some people, if you don't care, obviously you don't have to listen to it. Like, it's not like
Yeah,
anyone's
I don't-
forcing you to.
Next month's episode might be more like.
Just back to a normal. I don't know.
No, I think it's interesting, and obviously I know bits and pieces about your postpartum, but I'm just like curious to hear it, like from your perspective and the notes that you took and everything.
I'm pretty sure, like, already went, so she was born, and then, like, we did skin to skin for a couple hours, and, I think I said she nursed. I don't remember if I said that. And she, like, latched on really good, and that went well. She, like, ate and ate and ate and ate.
Yeah, wasn't she kind of like chugging?
Yeah.
When she
super
first-
hungry, and then, did I already say this, that she tried, that I gave her to Oliver?
I know you didn't say this.
So, like, I maybe held her for an hour, maybe longer than that. And then Oliver was taking a shower, and then I gave him to her to hold. And he, like, took his shirt off or whatever and was holding her. And I think she was acting like she was trying to nurse on him. It was funny.
Yeah. I feel like, I wonder if that's a normal thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe she was still
did she
hungry, but I don't know.
I'm assuming like that doesn't happen anymore. Like she doesn't try.
No.
Or, like, does he
Well,
hold
I
her without a
mean,
shirt on?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
It was really, that was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Oliver, we had like family waiting to come. It was kind of stressful, to be honest, having family come and visit you at the hospital. At least it was for me. Like, it was like,
It was pretty quick after too, because sometimes people have them in the middle of the night, so people don't come till
yes.
like.
And like, Oliver was so excited to have, you know, everyone come and see her, which I get. But I remember being like, I'm just sitting on the bed here. I haven't even got out of bed. I haven't even taken a shower yet, used the bathroom. Like, the epidural's still wearing off. So, like, I can't even walk. I feel disgusting. I have, like, a bloody bra on with poop on it, too, because she had
From
like,
her
poop on
McCoon.
her. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt gross.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of stressed, like, about having people come there. I was like, okay, I definitely want to, like, take a shower and get ready, you know, before people come. Well, so, and it was also kind of hard because Kenslie had her gender reveal party that evening. And so it was, like, kind of a time crunch to get you here.
Mm-hmm.
You and Mom and Dad here before the party. Oliver's parents had plans that evening. And it was just kind of like, it felt like, I don't know.
It was
bit
like
rushed.
the timing had
And then
to
it was
be
like not
rushed.
everyone could come at the same time. The room, I'll get into it. Our postpartum room was kind of small. You could only have, I don't know, 4 visitors at a time. So it's like we had to like split it up. Anyway, so finally they tried to get me to use the bathroom, and they have to like help me get off the bed. And I like could not walk at all. I think my one leg, maybe it was my left leg, stayed more numb than my right leg. And so it was just,
It's like being a paralyzed person. When
it was
you,
just like,
that's crazy.
it was just like, I think I can definitely feeling was coming back, but it was just, they like helped me. I think they put me on a little wheelchair, or like, it's not a wheelchair. It's something, some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's called. I think to kind of wheel me over there. I can't remember. Like, it was just more like something to sit on.
Yeah. Did it hurt to sit or
I
not?
think it hurt to get out of bed, or it was just really hard. And then I can't remember. I don't even know if I was able to use the bathroom. Like, I might have been too numb down there. So, like, when you have the epidural, you don't, like, to pee, they put, is it called a catheter?
Yes.
Inside of you to get the pee out.
So you don't feel.
Because you don't have control of your bladder.
So does your bladder just kind of. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Like your body, like it doesn't hold it.
Well, I can't remember. I think they just, maybe. I'm, like, forgetting how it works. How does a catheter work? I think every so often they would come and empty my bladder, if I remember right.
Okay.
It wasn't like it was just like it would
Themselves.
just come out. It was probably just like, oh, you have a full bladder, because they're like constantly putting fluids in you. So it's like it's
Yeah.
probably running through you.
That is so.
And then I think they would just
interesting.
empty it. Like they would like poke something, you're all numb, and then like empty. I think just something to empty your bladder. It's not like I constantly had something attached to me, I don't think.
Yeah.
That was constantly emptying it, whatever. I don't think I could pee right away because it's like I just couldn't. Like, you don't have the feeling down there to do it. And then they put me back on the bed, and like the nurse there like helped me, I think, like put a new change of clothes on and stuff. I was like not in any sort of mood to shower. Like, I was like way too sore to do that. Plus I couldn't even like stand up on my own.
Yeah.
And so then Oliver's family got there to see her, and right then they were getting ready to move us to a postpartum room. So the postpartum room was definitely smaller. They like put you in a wheelchair, and the mom has to hold the baby. So I held the baby, and then we got all our stuff, and we're moved into a postpartum room. And then I think the family came soon after that. And that was fun. It was fun, obviously, to have everyone come in there, but it's a little bit stressful because it was like, I think the nurse was asking, like, when's the last time she's nursed? And so I tried nursing her again, maybe before people came, but like,
I feel like you did nurse and tried nursing in between, maybe.
I forget how it was. The thing was, like, she just wouldn't. It was like, I think, like something about like newborns, especially like the first day or two, they are so sleepy. So they just don't even act like they want to eat. Like, she's just tired, and it'd been like over 3 hours or whatever.
I wonder,
and like, you just could not wake her up
if she was like pretty exhausted, because like the baby's working really hard too, and you had a long labor, and she maybe was like extra exhausted because she
like
had to work really hard.
Yeah,
for a
and
long
then just
time.
like being born. I mean, all that. And I wasn't that concerned, but then like the nurse came in and I think asked like, oh, did she feed or whatever? Well, they had to come in and check her blood sugar because it had been, I don't remember how many hours since she had ate. But when they checked it was like totally fine. So it wasn't scary or anything. But what I ended up having to do was like pump. So she was like, you can hand express if you want. And I was like, this is not working. They gave me like this tiny little like plastic cup. And it was like trying to catch like teeny little droplets. And I'm like, a pump is going to work way better. So she got me a pump. And so I had to pump. And then they give you this tiny little syringe that you like stick your finger in your baby's mouth. So they're like sucking on your finger. And then while they're doing that, you like slowly like take the syringe and like give them little droplets that they're like sucking.
So they're sucking and swallowing.
It. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
That's like the only way to get them to eat if they're just like not going to wake up to latch or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were also telling me, I think that it's pretty common like when they first are born to like feed really great right away, but then like it cannot be that way anymore.
Yeah.
So that was really stressful. Like, you got to make sure you're feeding them every 3 hours. And I mean, some babies want to feed more than that, I know, but like we had to wake her up, try to feed her. Sometimes it worked. It was like, oh great, she latched on. Sometimes it didn't. We had to like pump and then like use the syringe, and then like Oliver would have the syringe and I would put my finger in her mouth and just like slowly do a little bit at a time. Like, you don't want to lose any of that.
Yeah.
And that first night was like pretty rough. Just like we were so tired. Like, I couldn't even change any of her diapers. Oliver just changed them all because it was so hard for me to get out of bed. I think I did say, I don't know if I said I had a 1st-degree tear. Yeah. So I had stitches and stuff. Anyway. Yeah. And so that was kind of stressful, the whole feeding thing. And I was still so tired, still just felt, I think I was not prepared to feel so crippled. Like postpartum, like I knew obviously you were sore and stuff, and like I wasn't really scared of tearing or whatever. Like, that wasn't that big of a deal to me, but I think I just wasn't, like, my one leg took a while for the numbness to wear off, and just like it was so hard to get off of bed.
Yeah. And
I needed like someone to help me, like go to the bathroom and just to walk. And you know how it is, you like have to change out your pads and you're bleeding a lot still, so you gotta like put all the stuff in your underwear, and like you just need help.
You
with
just
everything.
feel so handicapped,
and it's just like, even like wipe me, you don't, everything's just different, obviously. So that night was super rough. Me and Oliver were so tired, just like waking up, trying to feed her, then it being a big deal, like, okay, she's not gonna latch, so we have to do this or that. And at one point, because they come in and like check their temperature, the baby's temperature, she was too cold, so they had to take her to a warming, what's it called, put her under the warming lamp. I'm saying heat lamp, but it's not a heat lamp.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it is, but it's probably called something different. And she's still awake. That's fine. She's content. Don't let her look around, or just keep that thing and keep patting her.
Don't let her get too distracted.
And yeah, I just remember being so exhausted that night. And then we'd like get her to feed her, and we would like look at her and I'd be like, she is just so cute. Like it was just fun. Like you were so tired and you'd be like, oh my word, but she's so adorable.
I remember you texting that like it's been a like kind of a stressful night, but like
she is
we
so
just can't
adorable.
get over like
she's just so cute. Yeah, like that was just like fun. It's like, oh my word, you kind of like forget. I mean, everything is like so fresh and new. Now breastfeeding, sometimes it did hurt at first. Like I'm trying to remember when it stopped hurting. And so I was kind of wondering, like, is it normal or not? Like, sometimes she would latch on and it would really hurt, but I was just, like, so glad that she, like, latched that I wasn't going to, like, try to, like, break her off and relatch her or whatever. And we had, like, a lactation consultant come in, and it's, like, you get mixed messages. Some people say, oh, it's, like, normal that it's going to hurt a little bit at first because, like, your body has to get used to it. And other people are like, oh, it shouldn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
And my opinion would be, I think it's very normal for it to hurt a little bit at first. It's more like if that pain doesn't go away within a few days or whatever, like then there might be something wrong. Or maybe it's a week. I forget how long it took where it started getting more comfortable. Sometimes if it was like unbearable, like I would just like, you have to put your finger in their mouth and get them to relatch. I think we did that some. But sometimes I was like, okay, I'm just so glad that she's actually nursing. I don't want to like mess anything up.
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember having like cracked nipples much or anything. Like, okay, so some people love Silverettes. I use them some. I think mine were just more like tender and sore for a little bit, but I don't remember. I like to use like the nipple butter and all that, but I don't remember it being that bad.
Yeah.
After a couple weeks.
It is interesting, like, just finding that there's certain, like, products that some people are like, this is the most amazing thing. Like, I have several friends that are like, Silverettes, like 100%, and you were kind of like, I never hardly used them.
I used them, but I didn't really know if they made a difference or if it was just the nipple butter. Like, sometimes I just use one or the other. And my opinion would be, if you know someone who has a pair, maybe they could let you borrow them and see if you actually want them. Simply because they're kind of expensive, so just to get them and then not use them. But I don't know. I've also heard they can be, I don't know, handy, like when your baby's teething or whatever. So maybe use them again. But to me, I wouldn't say they're a necessity, but for some people, they probably are. So, I mean, I guess it's just up to you if you feel like you want to buy them or not.
I think I'm just going to use yours.
Yeah, just use mine. I definitely think, like, the nipple butter was really nice. Like, it's just nice to have something.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, like, stressful. So then we came home, and I think she wouldn't, I forget. Came home, and we asked my mom to stay the night. So this was the second night. We only had to stay at the hospital one night, thankfully. So the second day, we left at around 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, came home, asked mom to stay the night, and we were able to sleep really good that night, which was nice because I would just like wake up, I'd like set all my alarms to when I needed to feed her. And wake up, feed her, and then like mom would like burp her and change her diaper, and then
so
like,
you could just go straight
just go right back to bed. And all of them were like, "This was so great! Like it's so nice having my mom here." Like she was just staying in the living room with her, and I don't know how well Charlotte slept. I know my mom just held her a lot, like you know. Then the second night, it was Oliver was still off work for a couple of days. The second night, we're like, we'll just go ahead and try it ourselves. Like, you know, rip the Band-Aid off, just see how it is. Yeah. And it was like, we were like, what were we thinking not having mom here? It was just, I don't remember if she cried a lot or if we just weren't used to her grunting as much. She did cry more.
And you were probably still pretty exhausted.
Good. Still exhausted. And the thing was, I was still so sore and could not walk very well. And so I was like trying to nurse her in bed, like take her out of the bassinet, like I could like barely bend over. Like it was all so like hard and awkward. And she still like, I think we had to end up pumping because she wouldn't latch. And so this is like something maybe I don't think knew, but if you're like getting ready to have a baby or whatever, sometimes your milk will just come in one side at first.
Okay.
So that night it came in, or it was like early that morning or whatever, like just on the left side. And so I was like worried about being engorged or whatever. So I was like trying to nurse her on the left side because I'm like, it was so much bigger, but she like would not nurse. And I think it was because I was either engorged or she just wasn't used to like, it was different than the colostrum. Like it was probably harder to latch onto or whatever. So I had to pump again and then do the syringe thing again. And I just got so anxious. Like Oliver called his mom to come over that morning because we didn't have my mom stay the night. And his mom lives right beside us and like come and hold her so we could sleep a little bit more. I was just so anxious. Like the whole feeding thing was giving me so much anxiety. Like like, I know it's fine. Like, she's getting fed either way if I have to pump and, like, use the syringe. It was just, like, stressful.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is only, like, my milk only came in on the one side or whatever, and, like, she won't latch and all this stuff. And then, thankfully, like, when I fed her again, the next time she needed fed, I think I did get her to latch. So that made me feel a lot better. But I had all this anxiety come on to me that first night.
Just
because of the feeding
was
not
that the night
working
that
out.
I came for a little
You came
bit?
that night, yeah.
Because I remember thinking, like, oh, wow, like, is this what, like, they talk about with, like, postpartum anxiety?
Yes. And I had, like, you get so many hormones. Like, you know, we were, like, I'm so obsessed with her. She's so little and tiny and cute. And I'm so sad to think about her growing up, like, getting bigger than how she is right now. And then being so overwhelmed with the responsibility that you have to keep them alive. Like, it is just so overwhelming. Like, oh, my word. Like, it's all, like,
you have this human that is, like, solely on you.
And, so then she was able to, I think that was the very last time I've actually had to pump and use the syringe, was just that second night or early that morning. Then she was able to nurse pretty well after that. I mean, so I think later that evening, then my milk came in on the second side, or it was the next day. I can't remember. But then we had my mom come and, like, stay the rest of the week, which was super nice. And I was still feeling a lot of anxiety. And then something I realized was, like, every time I, like, held her again to nurse her, like, my anxiety would go away or whatever. And I think one thing, like, that is just I wasn't realizing was, like, you're so tired and people are over to come and help you, which is so nice. But, like, you nurse your baby and then you, like, hand them off to someone else to hold them and burp them. Because it's like, you get a break, you can sleep
and they want to
more.
hold her.
Yes. And it wasn't like I was, like, not wanting to give her to people. I was like, okay, yeah, you can take her now. And I think I was, like, getting separation anxiety. Like, from just everyone else holding her. And then it was like, okay, when I'm holding her, like, I love just holding her. And it makes me feel, like, so much better again. So that's one thing I would, like, tell people. It's like, make sure that you're able to hold your babies. Like,
even if it doesn't maybe feel like it in the moment. Like,
in the moment, like, oh, I don't care. Like, because it's not, in the moment, it wasn't like I was, like, sad to give her away necessarily. I was just like, okay. But, like, I think that did, like, my body was, like, feeling anxious because of that. And I didn't really realize it until
which is, like,
later on.
Crazy, but also, like, amazing. Like, just, like, God's design for that. And they are a part of you.
Yes,
like, she had been a part of you for 9 months. Like, it makes sense that your body wouldn't be, like, ready to just immediately let go of that, and then it's like just gone.
So mom kept staying the night, which was just so nice. And then that weekend came, and it was Labor Day weekend, so we were like, we'll try just having her again for the night. Because, like, Oliver's off work, and so, like, we can both be there and, like, help. And basically from then on, I think the first night or two, she was maybe, like, a little bit fussy for, like, the, like, first time frame between, like, putting her to bed and her next feeding. And then after that, she was pretty good. I still had to, like, set an alarm to make sure I was feeding her. And she's been such a good sleeper at night, basically, from then on.
That's such a blessing. Like, just being able to get a decent night's sleep.
And I think that has helped my recovery so much. Like, after that first week, all my anxiety was gone. I think I was, like, feeling pretty good again. Like, and I know and one thing I want to say is, like, one of the reasons I was like, oh, I don't want to get the epidural was because I'd heard recovery was so much worse, or could be a lot worse. Like, with the epidural, like, it can be just better, if you just go all natural. And, like, that wasn't my story. So, like, I'm just here to say, like, don't let that scare you. Now, that might be some people's case, but, like, I honestly have had such a great recovery. And I'm sure there's, like, lots of different factors that play into that. Like, maybe just how my pregnancy went, or, like, different things I did, or I don't know, or just, like, how it just happened to turn out for me.
Yeah.
But, like, you're not, like, doomed to have a bad recovery is what I want to say. Is if you get the epidural, be like, okay, well, my postpartum is going to be so much worse because I'm getting an epidural, or, like, it's just, I'm not going to get that big rush after she's born that, like, you supposedly get if you, like, don't get, like, and it's like, I think you still get, like, that big rush after they're born. I know it's different, but, like, obviously it's different, but don't let, like, that scare you, I guess, is what I want to say. Now, it might be some people's story, but, like, basically,
it's not
that's
everyone's.
not really, it's not like a be all end all or whatever. So, let me see. I wrote some other stuff down. She has been like such a great baby, which has been really nice. It was really hard because once I hit, like, I didn't even feel like I really wanted much people over to help after that first week. Like, I really enjoyed it was like the weather was so nice. It wasn't really too hot, too cold. Like, I'd go and just sit out on the swing with her, go on walks with her, sit outside with her. Like, it was just she was like really chill. She basically, like, and I know this is all controversial, like schedules, not schedules, yada yada. Obviously, do whatever you want or what works best for you and your baby. But like, she pretty much like worked so great on a schedule. Like, she didn't really like. It's not like she was showing all these hunger cues before 3 hours, and so like basically just every 3 hours I would feed her, and
Yeah.
she slept really, really great, took really long naps, wasn't hardly awake at all. So she was just so cuddly and sweet and slept good at night. And so it was like just, yeah, so easy, I would say. I mean, obviously there was still like the feelings of overwhelmingness, some just about like the responsibility and how much you love them and all these emotions. But those really, I feel like my hormones really regulated well after that, which I'm just so thankful about. Really, like, it really hasn't gotten hard. It's not like super hard until like right around 5 or 6 weeks when she started, like, she would kind of go through that witching hour in the evening. Like, it just gets super fussy in the evenings. She started struggling more with naps. Like, when they're such a fresh newborn, you don't really have to think about that. At least I didn't have to. Like, she would just like all of a sudden just like, oh, she'd be done feeding, and then you'd like be burping her on your shoulder, and then she would just be like, just fall asleep. It's like, oh, that was easy. Like, you didn't hardly have to like think about like shushing them and rocking them and bouncing them and all that stuff that you kind of have to when they're a little bit older. But so that's kind of where I'm at now. So like, it was kind of hard in Outer Banks, and like right before Outer Banks was like really when like all of a sudden I felt like, okay, this is like like I'm now experiencing like the overwhelming hardness. I don't want to say overwhelming hardness of motherhood because it's not that bad, but like all of a sudden, like really like kind of things taking a toll on you mentally.
Yeah.
With like the responsibility of like how hard some of this stuff can be. So that was kind of hard, and I feel like it hit me more at 6 weeks versus like at the beginning. Like I said, it's gotten better since I've gotten back. Like, she's did a lot better, and obviously you just learn so much as you go. Like, that's just the bottom line. Like, you learn your baby, like, just like how to take care of them, like what they like. Something for me, this is probably isn't how it is for every mom. Like, when I hear my baby cry, like I like cannot relax until they're done crying. So if like someone else is like holding them and they start crying, it's like, this is just how I am. It's like, even if they're like, it's not like they can't calm her down or get her to nap, but it's like it's not like I'm getting a break at that point. It's like, okay, I'm like almost like tense until they're done crying. And if you can't get them to stop crying, like, I just want them. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am. Like, that's just my motherly instinct, I guess. And the other thing is, like, you know your baby best. And so it's like, and so if you're like, okay, like, I just want them back so I can do it. And that's like not like other, I mean, obviously lots of people have had babies and they know how to take care of babies and like calm down a baby, but there's just something about like hearing your baby cry and then like, I don't know, like you just are like, but it makes you so sad, and you're just like, okay, I just like, I do not like this. I just want them back to calm them down. And I don't know, that can be like where you kind of like have to, it's not like this thing of, I don't know where I'm trying to go with this. That's just how I am personally. So, and she didn't really hardly cry at all much until we hit around 5 weeks. And like, so when she did like get super fussy in the evenings, that started giving me a lot of anxiety too.
It's like you weren't even used to it.
I was not used to ever having a baby that like I couldn't console like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And she only had a few episodes where it was like uncontrollable crying, where it's like, okay, you like, we can't do anything until you calm down. Like, you don't want to nurse, you don't want to, like, we can't rock
That's
you
so
to sleep.
stressful.
Like, it's just like, oh, like we have to just like wait until you calm down. That is stressful. And that was giving me like a ton of anxiety when she was kind of going through that stage. But yeah, it's gotten good again. She's 8 weeks now, and she's still so sweet, so much fun. She's adorable.
Starting to smile,
which is so fun. Like, it's funny, like, we'll put her to bed sometimes, and I'm just like looking through pictures of her on my phone.
Yeah, because
like
you like miss her.
You're already like, oh my word, she's so cute. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, it's so nice that we can just put her to bed before Oliver and I go to bed, and then like we kind of have the evening together. When she was like going through that really fussy stage, we started putting her to bed around 7:00, just because like if you're going to be so fussy in the evenings and you do fine at bedtime, like we'll just move your bedtime up earlier. Now lately she's been going to bed around 8 or 9 again. Oliver and I do not stay up late much, so that kind of it's not like we really stay up much later past 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's kind of been my experience.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like, everyone's story is so different.
Yes. Birth, postpartum,
Yeah.
motherhood, everyone's baby is going to be different. And like,
So it's like interesting and kind of helpful to hear someone's story, to maybe if you relate to something or you're going to relate, like maybe like you don't feel so alone. But also like you've been saying, like every mother and every baby is so different. You might have a totally different story, and there's nothing wrong with
but
that.
I think it is good, like, because even for me now, I'm like, if there's another baby like the same age as her, it's like I want to be like, so how's she doing, like is she going through this fussy stage too, or like is she able to sleep anywhere? Like I'm just like curious, like I don't know, I think it's just interesting to hear other mothers talk about like their story with their babies, and just I think it's just it's helpful as a mother to hear about those other things too, I think.
Yeah. And some babies are going to like do super well on like a schedule, or I don't even know.
And I'll just say she's not really much on a schedule anymore, simply because like her naps aren't as consistent. Like sometimes she'll take a long nap and sometimes she'll take a short nap. And so typically that kind of like her feeding schedule is different too, because if she takes like less naps, I feel like she's hungry, or versus if she goes, I don't know. But
and I feel like schedules are kind of controversial. Like I feel like I've been seeing so much online and stuff about. And so it's kind of like, if that doesn't really like sit right with you
or stresses you out more,
then it's kind of like, well, like I think it helped you to be more of a relaxed mother to do it, have that route. But if that kind of was like, no, I don't like that, I have to, the baby doesn't get to choose when to eat, then
and
do
she
what
was
works.
also like, she slept most of the time. So it's like I had to wake her up to eat. Obviously you don't want to let, like when they're a newborn, like you can't just let them sleep. And so it wasn't like she was like hardly like showing all these hunger cues ahead of time where I was like ignoring them. Like it was like she's just tired, like I just have to wake her up to eat pretty much. Versus if you have some newborns like do not sleep much at all, so then it's like they're probably maybe like, then it's like it's not as easy to like put them on a schedule or whatever. I am someone who just likes schedules, like, and she's not really much on one yet. I know, like, once she'll probably hit that 4-month sleep regression growth spurt thing. And then I've heard, I think sometimes you can maybe start a schedule again at that time, like with naps and stuff, just because their sleeping habits change then. But she, like, lately has like a 12-hour night and only feeds like once or twice. So I know that that's not super common. That's some people's story. Some people like they're still feeding every 2 or 3 hours at this age or whatever. So I like acknowledge how blessed I am.
It's so hard to know what to prepare for, because I'm like, okay, maybe I need to just expect.
I don't want to like set an unrealistic expectation with it. Like I'm just blessed. That's just how it's been for us. But I like certainly like if your baby doesn't do that, that's like super
normal.
That's super normal to still be like feeding them a lot through the night.
Okay. Well, we did like a little Q&A for Jayla's like postpartum. I put it up on Instagram, and some of you asked some questions for motherhood, postpartum, that sort of thing. So let's get into it. What has been easier than you expected, and what has been harder than you anticipated? Some of this you maybe have got into, but
what's kind of hard is like I don't remember like thinking much about expectations of motherhood.
Also, do you think that you didn't think much of, like when you're pregnant, you maybe think so much about birth and like, because the giving birth feels like such a big event that like I mean, yeah, you're kind of thinking about taking care of the baby afterwards, but
I thought about, yes, birth and then nursing. Like, I wanted to know,
Yeah.
like, nursing, because it's like, okay, that's a huge deal, obviously,
I
keeping
feel
your
like I
baby
haven't even
fed.
thought about nursing.
So I was, like, trying to do my research on, like, well, this and that, and, like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how I am. I like to be prepared about certain things. Like, I probably didn't have to look all this stuff up, but I remember, like, making a notes app about, like, then if I wanted to use bottles, which I haven't tried to give her a bottle yet, but like all the stuff I need to know about that. And then like, just like, I wanted to just be prepared.
Yeah.
Because like, what if I couldn't nurse for some reason, or like I had to pump, or she had to be on formula? Like, I just wanted to, like, I guess, kind of have an idea of things. So can you read the first part of the question again?
What has been easier than you expected and harder than you anticipated?
I'm going to say easier than I expected. I didn't have much expectations, so, but probably the sleep thing. I haven't really had a sleepless night, except that first night after she was born, and then like the first night we tried doing by herself, which was like the night after getting home or whatever.
Okay.
And that is like, I know that, like, I don't want that to make some people mad who have had that, because I know
Yeah.
that's so normal to have that. I'm just so blessed not to. I mean, some nights have been rougher than others, especially at the beginning, where it was like I was nursing her more, and then I had like so much postpartum, like breastfeeding hunger, so then you like have to eat a snack in the middle of the night, and then like hard to go back to bed because you've just been up, just kind of that kind of stuff. But like, she usually just went back to bed. It was more just me like lying awake, like, well, now I'm up, so it's kind of hard to go back to bed. So that's probably been easier than I anticipated. I don't really know what my expectations were for that, but that's probably been like one of the easier things of motherhood that is usually not for some people. And then harder,
Yeah.
something I don't think I thought about was like the nap thing. I'm just going to say that's harder than I anticipated, just because I didn't really think about it even after having her until it started becoming a problem. Was just
Yeah.
like having to be conscious. This is another controversial thing, is wake windows, but I do try to follow them. That just like helps me out. Is like kind of knowing what a wake window is, and like what her normal wake window is about like an hour right now. And it is helpful for me to know, like, okay, like in about an hour, if she's getting fussy or she's starting to show like signs of being tired, like I'm going to go ahead and try to get her to sleep, because that's just what works for me. Then just like, it helps me know, like, hey, that's why she's fussing right now. And that makes sense, because she's been awake for an hour and she's already 8 and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like now at the age she is now, like, you have to just be really conscious about naps. Like, okay, you have plans this afternoon, and then it's like, okay, well, I want her to get like a decent nap before people are going to see her, so that she's not like cranky when we get there, needing a nap when we get there, and just the nap thing. Yeah.
Do you strictly breastfeed or pump or do bottles as well?
Strictly breastfeed right now. I thought I would use bottles more, because I did not anticipate to enjoy breastfeeding. I was like, I feel like that's kind of what's best. Breast milk if you can. That's just kind of what I was thinking. Obviously, that's not how it is for everyone. And I was like, but I don't think I'm going to like it. And like, I'll probably want to use bottles some here and there, like when I'm on vacation. And I just like, I've actually enjoyed breastfeeding, especially at the beginning. I really enjoyed it. It's not that I don't enjoy it now, but like, I definitely like, it was like really special, I feel like, at the beginning.
Yeah.
And sometimes like for me, I'm like, I don't know. It's just as much work sometimes to like spend the time pumping, then put it in the bottle and then give it to her, and then have to wash everything. Or like when you just can like straight breastfeed, it's like there's nothing involved. There's no like bottles. And I know that's not how it can be for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's went like so well for us. And sometimes like there can be just stressful parts of breastfeeding. Like for some reason, like she's fussing and it's like, hey, what's wrong? Like, do we need to burp her? Or like just for some reason, like she's fussing, so I'll just like switch her to the other side. Then she's happier there. And so I just think sometimes there's like a little bit of stressful parts of breastfeeding like that, where like sometimes I think the bottle would kind of like stress me out or something. Like, I think it would make me like start to get worried more, like, oh, like how much is she eating, and like, oh, she didn't finish the whole bottle. Like for when they're breastfeeding, like you don't have to worry about like how many ounces they're taking and all this kind of stuff, because it's like they're just done when they're done pretty much.
Yeah.
And now I still maybe will use a bottle. I mean, at this point I haven't given her one yet, so maybe she wouldn't even want to take one. But I don't really feel like, I don't know, maybe once she gets older and like often I want to do a date night, maybe like we try to have her take one then, but it's just been easier not to.
Yeah. What have you actively done to keep from getting postpartum depression? That was so hard for me as a first-time mom. Example, having a friend over, even if your house is a mess, etc. Do you feel like there's been anything you've intentionally done?
I don't know, but one thing that really helped was that she was born when the weather was really nice. And it was like, I think that is like, I love being outside and going on walks or sitting outside, even when I couldn't walk at the beginning. And I think that made a big difference. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't struggle with it a ton. I did obviously like the first week or whatever, have like some of that anxiety, but having nice weather, I mean, I naturally kind of can get depressed when the weather is bad, and like nice weather really lifts your mood. So I think honestly having a baby with good weather, I know obviously you can't like plan that out always, but I think that maybe is what helped me a lot. And
getting outside.
since she was a pretty easy baby, it was like easy to like go out and about with her, or like go to a coffee shop, or like kind of like continue on with my life and like go and take her places, because she was just pretty chill. So it was like doesn't feel like I'm just like stuck up at home.
Yeah. What are your top 3 postpartum essentials for yourself, not the baby?
I don't know.
Do you feel like you've used anything? I mean, besides like for breastfeeding.
I loved the witch hazel pads.
Okay. Yes.
They're like these little circles. I didn't really like the ice packs. They felt super soggy. The things that you like crack and then put in your underwear. So I would definitely, and the witch hazel things are just so easy to put in your underwear. Like they're just little like tiny little pads, and they're like cooling too. Okay. So I really liked those for postpartum. And then what else for myself? Something else I liked at the beginning, and I wish I had gotten more, were like the snap down gowns. I remember telling you that.
Oh.
Like when you're really sore and then you're like breastfeeding, and I think maybe even it hurts sometimes, like pulling pants up or pulling shorts up. Like having just like the snap down nightgowns were like the easiest for breastfeeding, and like
the granny nightgowns are where it's
using
at.
the bathroom. And I got one for a birth gown at Goodwill, and so I had kept it and used it postpartum too. And I remember like wishing I had more of those. And I know this isn't really part of the question. I don't know if this counts as for baby or for me, but I was telling you this is like a baby wrap. Like that has been such an essential. That's like, and I know not all babies like them, and so that's like a huge bummer if your baby doesn't take one or doesn't like it. But like that has helped me like really, I feel like, be able to like stay on top of getting things done at my house, because like she usually will take a nap in one, and so you can just like, your hands free, you can still go around your house and do everything, and then just like they sleep right on you, and you don't have to like, you know, carry them with one hand while trying to do something, or feel like you're just like locked down on the couch holding them.
It's crazy to me how new baby carriers are. Like our moms didn't have them.
They
like,
had them, but like
I think
they were like
popular?
more like probably just like a bulkier style for like, I think I heard like backpacking or hiking. Like they weren't like, they didn't have like all like probably like the soft, comfortable, more cute aesthetic ones that there is nowadays. And I use mine every day. I mean, that is such an essential. And I don't know if that counts for baby or for postpartum, but that is like been a huge thing for me. Like I can't, like that's my number one recommended product for postpartum is a baby wrap. But yeah, like I said, I know some babies just don't like them, but I think most do. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What's your favorite part about being a mom so far?
I don't know what is my favorite part. I mean, it's just, it is like fun. Just having like that cute little human to take care of. And like, there's
so
hard parts,
I'm
but just
sure.
like that little, I mean, it is like you do have purpose to your life every single day, because not that you didn't before, but like you're like constantly raising a human, like who like solely basically depends on you to keep them alive. And so it's like, there's like huge responsibility in that. And like, I don't know, sometimes like you just have to remember, like, even in the, like, sometimes when it's like you're feeling overwhelmed, or like you can't get them to nap, it's like, this is just like such a beautiful job and purpose that you get to raise a baby and like be such a big part of like this person's story. And then like they're gonna, you know, hopefully grow up to be like a godly Christian woman and like influence other people's lives, and like you're doing a part right now in raising them, and like that's such a beautiful thing.
For sure.
And I don't know, it's just fun. I mean, it can be a lot sometimes. And sometimes I get so overwhelmed. I just someone who does get overwhelmed sometimes, and I'm like, it's not that hard. Like, it hasn't been that hard for me, I guess. I'm like, there is hard days, and I'm like, I was kind of like complaining to Oliver once about just like feeling stressed and overwhelmed, especially when she was going through that. Like, it was just really hard to get her to nap and yada yada yada. I'm like, how am I going to get anything done? Like, this was like on vacation. I was like, when I get home, like, how am I going to make supper? Like, if she's like constantly da da da. And Oliver was just kind of telling me then, like, it wasn't like trying to make fun of me necessarily, just like, it's like, so like, there could be so many worse problems, which is just so true. Not that you're not validated and feeling that way, but like, if that's what I'm complaining about, it's just like feeling overwhelmed about raising her. Like, what a beautiful thing that I get to do, and like privilege that I get to have a baby and raise her. And like, it's hard. It's like it's like I do have such a blessed life. Like, it's okay if there's hard days, or I have to just spend, for some reason, the only way she's going to take a nap is in a dark room with a sound machine, and I'm like holding her on a rocking chair. Like, what a great way to spend your afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That's true. That's a good outlook on it.
But yeah, I don't remember what the question was now.
Your favorite part of it. What was the best support / help you received from your friends and family?
Honestly, Oliver was like so great at the hospital, taking care of me. It was so fun watching him become a dad. He's such a great dad. He's obsessed with her. And really liked having my mom there. Like, I think there's just something about having just your own mom. Like, I don't know.
You're so comfortable.
It was so nice having her stay the night. Yeah, you're so comfortable with her.
And you were also in such a vulnerable place.
Yes.
That it's like you didn't have to worry about letting your guard down.
Yes. Or like just
like if you have to think about
she knows me obviously so well, and like she's not gonna be, I don't know. It's just like, yeah.
And she's already even like known about like some of your past anxiety.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this wasn't so
rare to like see me be anxious or something. Yeah, like she's seen me anxious before, Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if I answered all these, but
I'll do 2 more. Was birth easier, harder, more painful, less painful than you were expecting?
I don't really know. Was it easier or harder? I mean, obviously I ended up getting the epidural. I didn't think I was going to. So yeah, it was probably harder than I expected. I didn't really have a lot of expectations. Like, I knew, like, your birth plan can just obviously change. Like, that's just the bottom line of it. And it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm so tough, I can get through anything. But I was I didn't really know what to expect, maybe. I mean, I had, like, obviously, like, tried to prepare and stuff. But I think the mental exhaustion was just, like, the big thing for me. Like, so mentally exhausted. Like, I honestly can't even remember the pain really anymore about like how bad it was, but just, yeah. And I think postpartum was harder than I was thinking. And that really wasn't part of the question, I don't think. But
postpartum was harder.
I'm feeling like those like first few days postpartum of like physically, not like the mental thing, the physicalness of like, oh wow, like I feel like handicapped. Like, it's so hard for me to like get up and down from this chair, or just feeling like crippled or whatever. But yeah.
Okay, we will end with this one. How have you set boundaries with visitors and making sure you and your husband get time with the baby too? We are due in March, and although we are so lucky to have so many people wanting to help us, I'm worried that we won't get time we need as our own little family.
I get that. It's like such a blessing, I know, to have like family and friends who are so supportive and want to help you, because there's lots of people who like literally have no one. I know.
Yeah, they love and they're excited about your baby.
Yes. And so like it's great, and it's so fun for like, your family to like get to see your baby and stuff. I do kind of remember that. Like, I felt like we had so many people coming over, and it was fun. But it was like, hey, we're ready to just have some evenings by ourselves. And it can be hard to set boundaries, I feel like, just because it's like, you don't want to be, especially when people are offering to help, but you're like, I don't know. You like feel sometimes, I think, obligated, or like, I don't know what the right word is. Some people do like probably more help than others, but I know a lot of people say, I'm the opposite, I guess. A lot of people say like, take help. It's okay to take help. Like, say yes. And I'm going to say, like, it's okay. Like, if someone is offering to help and you just want to be home, just you and your husband that evening, like, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
I know that's like,
it's like, what a great problem to have.
I know. What a great problem to have. But, like, if you are someone who, like, is feeling overwhelmed with having so many people come over, or, like, and you're just kind of wanting time, you and your husband, like, realize it's just okay to say no. And something I've had to think about, too, is like, and it's something I think you just kind of struggle with as a new mom, like the setting the boundaries thing. But like, it is your baby, and like, you are their mother. And so if something is making you uncomfortable, or you don't feel like doing something, like, you shouldn't feel guilty at all for that, for like wanting to say no, or just like not wanting to hand your baby off and just wanting to hold them. Like, you're like, you know what? It makes me anxious or uncomfortable. Like, if I'm going to this big social event and like everyone's wanting to hold her, like, but I feel guilty to not share her. It's like, it's your baby and you're their mom. Like, you shouldn't feel guilty for that.
And also, this is
and I get that that's hard.
I know that they're only little for so long, but this is a small period of their life. These people are going to get to be involved. It's not like you're going to keep your child away and they're never going to get to know them or bond with them.
Yes. It's like they have the rest of their life, like, Lord willing, to, get to know your child. And so it's like, if for the first couple weeks, the first couple months, it's kind of like stressing you out to have people over, or you're just wanting to be home, you and your husband, like, realize that is okay. Because it's like, it's not like because they're not there for those first like fresh months, they're not ever going to bond with your child. It's like, and I know it's so fun to hold newborns and stuff, but like, they'll definitely get plenty of other chances to hold them and like be involved in their life and get to interact with them. And like, yeah.
And I think also being honest maybe about the whole postpartum like recovery portion. Like, I think you told some of us, or like some of the family, like, I actually noticed like I had a lot more anxiety when I wasn't holding her. So then I'm going to be like,
I don't want to hold her.
I'll come over. I don't want to hold her. Like, I'm okay just to look. Like, I would rather you be okay.
Yes.
Because honestly, like, it's so fun to hold Charlotte.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's not worth it to me.
If it's like making you feel sad.
I still get to look at her and see her being all cute.
Like, that's something you did. Like, I think you came over a couple times. It's not like you came over, oh, like, can I come over and hold your baby? Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, you can come over because it's fun for me just to have someone to chat with. But like, I'm still enjoying just like holding her.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing. Like, if you are like feeling, okay, you never get to hold your baby and that's why you don't want to have people come over, like, maybe you could like still have them come over, but like
I'd love to come and chat and you can see them, but like right now I just feel like I need to hold my baby.
Yeah. Like, right now, like, I'm just more comfortable holding her. And I think people are okay with that too, because they still get to see the baby and they still get to like, feel like they're maybe helping you, and like they want to come over and bring a meal or like clean your house or whatever. But like, I'm like, just
can't think of what you were gonna say.
Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, but don't feel like you have to like, oh, because they came over to visit me and the baby, like, I have to like hand my baby off to them the whole time.
Yeah,
because they're coming.
That's a good thing just to remember. It is your baby.
Don't feel guilty
or obligated
or selfish that you're holding the baby all the time, because it's literally your baby. You shouldn't feel selfish about that.
I know,
and you're their mother.
That like, maybe you haven't experienced this a lot, so I'm not saying like everyone does, but like there might be people who will think that like a boundary you're setting is dumb.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like
I mean,
a past
100%,
generation,
sure.
like I feel like they didn't really set up a lot of boundaries, maybe not with every situation, and it's like, well, that's not what we did, and it's like, well, that's okay, but that's what we're doing.
And it's like, that's what's working for you and your baby, then like keep sticking with it. Like, don't sacrifice your like mental health, or
and they'll get over it. Like,
things just because you want to make someone feel happy that they get to hold your baby or whatever.
Yeah,
and that can be hard, but yeah.
Okay, well, are you ready to wrap it up?
I think so. Yeah.
I think Charlotte got to sleep.
I think she's still sleeping with her daddy.
So thank you all for tuning in, and it's been fun to hear about your journey. And yeah, thanks for sharing and like opening up, being vulnerable. I know it's like helpful and like,
I don't know. It's just, I, as even if you are a mom or gonna like expecting or whatever, I think it's, some people don't find it interesting, but I think it's always interesting hearing other mothers' stories, especially if you're like wanting to have a kid someday or hoping to.
Yeah. So yeah, Anyways,
with that, you can check out our Instagram. We don't really have much. I don't know if we'll do a post or not.
Yeah.
We'll do some pictures from Tennessee, and I do from Outer Banks. We might do a post.
Maybe,
we'll have
maybe
to see. We
need
get kind of lousy with that sometimes.
I know. Maybe we need some updated Charlotte pictures.
Yes.
She's the cutest. I don't think it's just because
she is so
she's my
cute.
niece. She's a very cute little girl.
We still think she's adorable. She's just getting cuter and cuter.
She really is. So, yeah. Instagram is at Sister Sip Podcast. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already to the YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And yeah, we're excited to get back and do some, I don't know, it'll probably be a lot of motherhood content coming up because that is, but
our season of life. But
yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.